Pals, it's me, Orion, and we're back with another part of our Zero Escape Let's Play. So, I just got a new computer. I don't have space on my desk right now to hook up my PlayStation and Switch. I'm gonna find a way to make room for them because I do intend to play Rain Code at the end of this month. But I opened Zero Escape on my PC so that we can play it still for YouTube and I can still at least give you guys one game. Because unfortunately, as of right now, I'm struggling spice-wise and adapting to the space and everything. I do appreciate y'all bearing with me for that.
Out of my way!
Mountain grabbed Silver's shoulder and tossed him aside. Path cleared, he took a few steps back, then threw himself out the door. Sir! Just because, like, you have the muscle to do so, doesn't mean you should. Ow. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. The door shook as his body slammed into it, but showed no signs of breaking or opening. The mountain threw himself at the door again.
A body slam from a guy that big didn't even budge it.
I feel like that's a slightly rude comment, Junpei, but okay.
There must be some other way.
Junpei turned toward door 4. Next to the door on the wall was a small box.
This looks just like the device next
to
the door in that room earlier.
All I can think is, Junpei, is the reason why your thoughts inside your head so echoey because you have no thoughts?
So that means this door is probably locked too.
Probably.
But still...
Also, if y'all can hear my mouse clicks, I'm sorry. He had to check. Junpei grabbed a handle and threw all of his weight into it. It was locked as tight as the door, and it was locked as it was locked as tight as the door next to it, as he'd suspected.
Damn it!
Junpei punched the door. It did not respond. I thought it said it did not respect.
Are there any other doors?
Probably. He barely finished the thought when the C-deck plate he passed on his way up. He barely finished the thought when the C-deck plate he'd passed on his way up sprang, unbidden, to his mind. His body moved forward before he had time to think. Junpei turned and ran back towards the stairs. He had scarcely taken a step when, at the top of the stairs, next to an ornate clock embedded in the wall, he saw a person. It was a girl. She looked to be the same age as Junpei. He froze, unable to look away from her face. He wasn't confounded by her beauty or something equally silly. No. There was another reason he couldn't take his eyes off of the girl. Junpei had seen her somewhere before. He couldn't quite remember where. But he knew. He knew he'd met her before. The girl, too, stared at Junpei, similarly stunned. Her response suggested she'd seen him before as well. Huh? Okay. Without saying a word, Junpei walked slowly toward her. She didn't move. It was almost as though she was held in place by some sort of magic spell. As Junpei stepped onto her landing, the spell broke. No sooner had he set his foot down than the whole ship shook a second time. Quake caught the girl unprepared, and she fell.
Watch out!
Moving on instinct, Junpei leapt to catch her, or so he thought. Oh. Ow. Her face was far closer than it should have been, mere inches from his own.
Yeah.
He was flat on his back, and she had landed squarely on top of him. The girl seemed as confused as he did, and her face suggested she still hadn't fully recovered from seeing him. For a moment that seemed to stretch a very long time, they stared at one another. The ship stopped shaking. Everything was quiet. Water could be heard from the bottom of the ship, lapping faintly at walls and ceilings, but eventually that faded as well. The silence was complete, a thick, muffling blanket. At last, the girl opened her mouth.
Oh my gosh! Is that you, Jumpy?
Excuse me? Jumpy. Yeah, it's actually, it's a fitting nickname. He does seem like a very jumpy person, someone easy to startle. Her words echoed through Junpei's head, and suddenly his memory returned.
Akane.
Why hadn't he realized it before? The girl was Akane Kurashiki. Junpei and She and Junpei had been friends in childhood. They'd gone to elementary school together for 6 years. I really can't talk today apparently. But what was she doing on the ship? Her soft eyes were only inches away from his own. He could feel the warmth on her face. Feelings he'd thought long forgotten began to work their way to the surface. He could feel his face heating up. At that moment, hello? At that moment, a speaker crackled to life, and a cold, eerie voice filled the room aboard. I'm so glad that they have captions for Yuma too, because I can't understand a single word you're saying.
What?
What's that voice?
I don't know why, but the way she said, "What's that voice?" kind of made me laugh. They hurriedly untangled themselves from one another and struggled to their feet. Their 7 companions had heard the voice as well, and many of their faces had gone pale. They looked around, frantically desperate to locate the source of the voice. At last, they found it. A speaker set in the ceiling. Aye, Captain. I don't know if, kidnapping us really classes as, inviting, but okay, think what you want. The voice was harsh, obscured occasionally by the crackle of static.
This is...
Junpei recognized it. How could he have forgotten it?
that guy in the gas mask!
That guy at the gas... I'm so sorry. And maybe it's that I'm sleep deprived, but why was that sentence so funny to me?
Hey, asshole! What the hell is this? Come on out here. I want to get a look at you.
I don't think you're gonna get the opportunity to do that, dude.
What do you mean to do to us?
I have a strong feeling this is all just a recording, and that, whoever this Zero dude isn't actually gonna answer any questions. They probably predicted the questions we asked, and was prepared to answer those predicted questions. Oh. And why would some of them be familiar with that?
What the hell's that?
Fun fact, if you've never played this game yourself, I'm not sure if this is the case for the DS version, but when you play it on PlayStation or PC, when you're checking the voice volume, how it tests to see if the voice volume is good is just having Junpei's voice actor repeatedly go, "The nonary game, the nonary game, the nonary game," like that. So every time someone says the notary game, I think of that. The voice continued, implacable. I don't like the idea that you failed yourself to find our pockets. Okay, bossy.
What is he talking about?
How were the rules put on her person, though? She doesn't look like she has pockets. I'm not trying to be rude here. And she also, the position that she stands, just screams, "Did this man touch me without my consent?"
Hey, there's something in my pocket. Check this out.
Okay. Silver reached into his pocket and pulled out a small slip of paper. The rest of them reached into their own pockets and pulled out similar slips of paper.
Hey, I got one too.
Wait, no, stop. We will call them the numbered doors. The doors in front of you are a pair of the same. The key to open the numbered doors are the numbered bracelets each of you possess. Should you total the number on your number bracelet and find the digital root of that number is equal to the number of that door, the door will open. Only those who have opened the door may pass through. There are, however, limits. Only 3 to 5 people can pass through one numbered door. All those who enter must leave. So 3 to 5 people, there's 9 people. Say 5 people are to go in one door, so that would leave 4 people to go in another door. And all who enter must contribute. Okay, so what if one person doesn't contribute? Then what happens? Does Zero know or have an answer? The purpose of the game is simple. Leave the ship alive. It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. a door that carries a 9. Noted. Junpei followed suit and dug into the pocket of his pants. He felt the telltale crumpled paper, slightly damp from his earlier ordeal.
Then it would seem Zero has seen fit to grace us each with a letter.
Yay!
Would you mind terribly reading it to us, young man?
Why can't you read it? Or did Zero forget to grab your glasses? His request had been delivered to Junpei, who, after a short moment of surprise, did as he'd been asked.
On this ship, you will find a handful of doors emblazoned with numbers.
Okay.
We will call them the numbered doors. The doors in front of you are a pair of the same. The key to opening these numbered doors are the numbered bracelets that each of you possess.
Neat.
Should you total the numbers on your numbered bracelets and find that
I
the digital
really hate
root
listening
of that
to the,
number
like,
is equal
static
to the number
of
that door,
the
door
radio
will
or
open.
recording from Zero.
Only those who have opened the door may pass through. There are, however, limits. Only 3 to 5 people can pass through one numbered door. All those who enter must leave, and all who enter must contribute. So this thing on my arm is a bracelet.
It claims to be a bracelet. Looks more like a watch. Looks like a watch you'd get in like the 90s for like a kid, basically. He glanced around. It looked like everyone else had one as well, and had come to the same conclusion.
The purpose of the game is simple. Leave this ship alive. It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that carries a 9.
Uh-huh. Okay. Thank you. It will take us far longer than 9 hours to beat this game, but I'm sure somebody has beaten this game in 9 hours, I bet. The voice finished, and the speakers went silent.
I hear a bell. I think it's coming from over by the stairs.
Ruh-roh.
It's the clock telling us the time.
Everyone had their eyes on the antique clock embedded in the wall. 7, 8, 9. The sound of the 9th bell faded away. The 10th never came.
It rang 9 times, so 9 o'clock then?
I think it's 9 p.m.
Okay.
I couldn't see anything when I tried looking out the window earlier. It has to be nighttime.
If that is the case, then we would need to escape by 6 a.m. tomorrow.
Eat my ass. The speaker went silent and did not speak again.
Hey! You bastard! What do you mean by that? Come out here, you asshole!
I don't think he's coming out.
That guy won't stop shouting.
He likes to shout. Let him shout.
And the others.
Junpei was too consumed by his thoughts.
I have way too many questions.
We will have to ask next time. But thank you so much for watching, friends. I appreciate this. Probably if I cut it down enough, it might be like 15 minutes. We'll see. Hopefully it's not garbage, but we'll find out. Thank you for watching, friends. I love you and appreciate you, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye!